Dave Carey here for Street Machine, here with Peter Fitzpatrick and Steve McMahon from Canberra Institute of Technology, here to talk about the Humpy Mecca Hearse, the famous Street Machine panel van
built by Pat Fay.
Built by Pat Fay, some of that's legend. And from what I understand, quite frequently, entrant number one. Is that right?
Yeah, it was. He was either 1, 2, or 3, depending when Street Machine, when the Summer Nats was on, which one chick would give him at the time. When the last time it was here, it was Summer Nats 10. He was entered number 3.
Wow, so Summer Nats 10. It's been a few years between drinks for this old thing. I understand he owned the car till the end, but it was in storage for a long time. How did you come across it?
Well, I've known Pat for probably 40 odd years. Used to compete against car shows against Pat. How cool's that car sound in the background?
Yeah.
And it's been iconic in the car scene, and it's just a really good thing to get involved with. Pat passed away like 5 years ago, and we recently just got a team of us together through Russell from Summer Nats, Street Machine magazine with Telfo and CIT to bring this and restore this car back to the Australian public to enjoy for a lifetime.
Well, it would be great to see it again. The decision's been made. You're going to do a proper, full resto on it, including replicating the murals. Is that where you guys come in from from CIT?
Yeah, mate. We've got besides the murals, we'll be doing a lot of the body work, the mechanical work, the spray painting, and then obviously have the artist guys come in and redo the murals. So there's a fair bit of work going to be involved, but until we get this shell back and it's fully stripped and get it blasted, then we won't know what we're really dealing with, what's in the body, what has to be repaired. It's going to be a matter of wait and see, that outcome. But the apprentices at Chef have a bit to get into this car. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, we're really looking forward to seeing it getting back on the road, so to speak. And are you going to get it try to get it back exactly right, or is it going to sort of be modernised? Who wants to take that one?
No, it's going to be exactly as it is now. We're not going to change anything on it. We're just going to pull it apart, basically, and put it back together the way it is, the way that Pat built it back in the 70s, the late 70s. It's going to be the same. The original artist, Frank Lee, he's 84 at the moment, and his apprentice, of a better word, Wayne Harrison. Wayne's going to be doing the airbrushing again with Frank overseeing him, and Frank, we sort of promised him that he will get onto the airbrush again, so that he has all the original artwork as well still for the car, so it'll be exactly as it is, and brought back to the way that Pat had it when he first did it in the late 70s.
Yeah, brilliant. And I understand Pat changed it on year, to try and keep up to date with trends and so forth. Have you got a particular year that you're going to try and establish, or just from the first, or how it ended up essentially?
No, basically how he had it when he first did it, with the Simca grill in it, with the LC Tirana tail lights, and with the black paint back on it. We're going to get rid of the bit of the purple because it just looked more iconic, and a lot more people knew how it was. So, and I'm sure Pat will be happy with it. We're going to take it back to how he had it when it was first done.
It sounds wonderful, and I have to admit, as an enthusiast of weird stuff, I'm really happy to see it have a Simca grill put back on it. That sounds really rad to me.
Yeah, one of the original guys, Frank, that did the paintwork on the car for Pat when he first did it, actually had a Simca grill hanging in his shed, and he donated it to us, which was really good. And it's even like the Twin Fours. I got them off Andy out in Leeton, that Pat had sold them to him 25 years ago, and they've been sitting in his shed, and he donated them back to us. So all the stuff that we've got back for the car is iconic to the car when it was first done. So it's going to be back to what it was. So we're not putting any. Obviously, we're going to renew it and refurbish anything that's on the car, but we're not going to replace anything that we don't have to.
That sounds really good. And you TAFE boys are going to have a bit of a challenge getting those Delta wheels back to how they work. 'Cause I don't think they're in the Delta wheels catalogue that you see in the magazines all the time anymore. Do you reckon?
That's why we take advantage of of industry connections. So we've got different businesses and companies that have specialised in refurbishing these wheels. So they'll be blasted and then reclaimed, and they'll look like new ones. So once that process is completed, with all the other blading that's got to happen with all the other sort of mechanical assemblies, it's going to look like what you used to see in the picture. So
Awesome. And I have to admit, I haven't done a whole heap of research on it, but I can see the motor over there. But for the viewers, tell us, what did this actually run, the engine-wise and driveline?
It was a 327 with a power glide, and it's got a Jag rear in it. And Pat seemed to chrome plate every single thing on the car, or gold plate it, which is probably one of the biggest things for us to redo, is all the chrome plating and gold plating that Pat put on it. Like, I seem to think when I'm looking around the car, did Pat have shares in a chrome plating factory?
Brilliant, man. Guys, I'm really looking forward to seeing it. And have you guys got a time frame on the build, or you're not really sure at this stage?
yeah, but so it's got to be ready for Motorex in 2020. So that's
18 months.
18 months away, and then it'll be back here at Summernats for 34.
Well, I'll stop wasting your time then. You guys better get cracking. We're working on it right now. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate your time, guys. Cheers.
Yeah, no, that's really great. And if anyone wants to follow us, there'll be a live streaming a lot of the time from the TAFE College of people working on the car through our Facebook page. So it's just Pat Fay's FJ Hearse, the Facebook page, and also that we're appreciative of all the companies that have come on board with us, and anyone that, as an individual, if they want to donate, they can go onto the page and have a look and just help us out to bring Pat's car back for the Australian people, not for anybody in particular. The car will never ever be sold, so it'll be in a museum at the end of it, so everybody can see the car in another 50 years' time, and that's what we hope for.
Brilliant. It was an iconic piece of Australian street machining and vanning history, so can't wait.
Thank you. Thanks. That's a wrap.